Greetings and welcome once again to my new calculus channel. My name is John Gabriel, and today I'm going to talk with you about the slander and the libel and the utter garbage that is published on sites like Reddit, Quora, Wikipedia, and all the others. It's a crime what they're doing because, uh, unfortunately, companies like Google, DeepMind, and other AIs are pre-training their chatbots based on the garbage that they find on these sites. So let me show you why it's garbage, and then you can make up your own mind. So if you go to, well, this is probably the worst site that you can go to on the internet, Reddit. If I had money, I would sue them for all the harm they've caused me. But they're massive. Google has even paid, I think it's a nice hefty sum of 63 or 64 billion dollars to use the bullshit that is on the site, by the way. 64 billion dollars they've paid. And really it's all it is are the sputterings and the blabberings of PhD idiots who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay. So here's the first comment by this idiot. Looking at one of the first documents on his website, he claims to have found a single derivative formula for every function by doing a bunch of trig on some arbitrary triangle he's drawn, which doesn't actually result in a universal solution. That's it's wrong in so many ways, but it's especially wrong in this claim, which doesn't result in a universal solution. He's trying to apply the geometric intuition. Geometric intuition? Excuse me? There's no such thing. That's absolute drivel. You are taught for calculus in a way that's quite brainless. So notice it's all libel and ad hominem. And then he says it's simply random symbolic manipulation that doesn't relate to all functions whatsoever. All of this is pure opinion, okay? And if you cared about truth and about rightfulness and about fairness, you would report sites like this. Okay. And then he says it's pretty obvious he's a crank, and the obsession with geometry is often a common thread among these works. Wow. So, I mean, I don't have an obsession with geometry. It's just that calculus is 100% geometric. So, and another guy says geometry is so accessible. That's probably why any pure maths ideas I have are always geometry based. Don't know who this guy was. But anyway, here's my answer. Everything you've written is entirely false. The geometry applies to every smooth function, and the crank, I'm sorry to say, is you. Okay, so then I think there was a comment here and it was deleted. Again, might have been me responding. I don't know. But in any case, let me show you people what bastards these criminals are, because truly speaking, they're nothing short of criminals, by the way. And again, I said, if I had the money, I would sue Reddit and I'd take every penny I could from these guys, because they're a mechanism or a conduit for garbage, absolute garbage in every sense of the word, in mathematics, in chemistry, in everything. So this is my theorem explained in this Academia article. It's called My Historic Geometric Theorem 2020. And so the theorem is very plainly stated, saying that if the function f is smooth on an interval, and we're not talking about the entire function, just an interval, okay? And by the way, that's all that matters, because when you use calculus, you use it over an interval, okay? And if it's not continuous or it's not smooth, you can't use calculus. So it is true that given any non-parallel secant line with these endpoints, then the difference in slope between the non-parallel secant and the tangent line is given by q of xh, an expression which is never equal to zero unless f is a linear function. Now, this is not the new calculus, but it's an idea I took from my new calculus in trying to rigorize your bullshit mainstream calculus. And it turns out, to your advantage, I did. And from this identity, you not only have the derivative, but you also have the integral. So you say, well, how do we get the derivative? Well, I explained to you in this article how you know that this f prime of x and q x of h are in this secant, or in this expression here. Okay, so let me explain that very quickly. So you have an expression here, the non-parallel secant line slope, which is this, okay, is equal to the slope of the derivative, which is just denoted by f prime of x. It could be denoted by anything you'd like, maybe by xc if you don't like f prime of x, Greek letter c, plus q of xh, which is an expression uh, in whose terms you will find at least one h, if not more. Okay, and it doesn't really matter that you actually find this or this, but you can find the derivative. You can find the derivative. And I explained to you that both of these terms are derived from the slope. So let's go back to the document. And so what I show you is very simple in this diagram. It's easy to understand. Look at this slide here. The red secant line is this line here that I'm pointing to with the arrow. The tangent line is a green line. So obviously, this secant line slope is going to equal to the slope of the tangent line plus some difference, whether positive or negative. It might, if the curve were concave down, it would be the other way around. Okay. So, and I set about explaining these things now. So here is a simple explanation which I give in the slide, and a simple example. And then I prove the theorem geometrically. So here is the proof of it. The beauty of this is that it's extremely easy to understand and simple. Okay. And so what I show you here is that uh, you can find both the derivative as well as the difference in slopes. Okay, so f1 over h depends on the value of x and h, because f1 is equal to f of x plus h minus f of 2. So it's not a hard proof, but you need to look at it. Okay, and so f2 over h, not f of 2, f2 over h depends only on the value of x, because f2 is given by any of the y ordinates of the tangent line less than the perpendicular distance, less the perpendicular distance of the horizontal line to the x-axis. And that is all explained in this diagram. So it's a short proof, extremely powerful, okay? Tells you that you can use it. But that's not all you can do. You don't only find the derivative as well as the slope difference. You also are able to show that it corresponds to the notion of the Riemann integral, which is a bunch of bullshit, by the way. But the notion here is that you have a product of two arithmetic means, okay? And I'll show you that it works this way too. It's not as beautiful and clean as the new calculus, because the new calculus term for the slope difference is always zero, whereas it's never zero in your bullshit calculus unless f is a linear function. And notice it is general. And what really bothers me is that, shit AIs like DeepSeek, ChatGPT, and all of them say uh, the PDF provides for examples such as this, but does not rigorously prove that the method works for all smooth functions. Wrong. It proves that it works for all smooth functions. Okay, look, I'm not using a particular function here. I'm using f and f prime. And also in the proof, the trigonometric proof here, I don't even use a function. Look, it's f and f prime. I'm not using anything but generality. Okay, so this, and the irony is that in your bullshit calculus, you have a special method to find limits of trigonometric functions, a special method for exponential, so you don't have a general method. I mean, yes, you're told by those fucking morons who are your math lecturers and teachers that this limit here gives you the derivative. But this whole thing here is a big bunch of flawed crap. Okay, it's circular, it's not true, it doesn't work, it doesn't give you a general way to find the derivative under any circumstances. Okay, you try to find the derivative of sine x with this, and you'll see that it's not as general as they make it out to be. Try to find the derivative of e to the x. Good luck with that, because you're only able to find it out by doing things like dx dy over 1 over y and then flipping things around, or dx over dy, whatever, flipping things around to find derivatives. But in the method that I give you, everything works. It's 100% geometric. So don't believe the shit that you. And of course, the next false claim is Gabriel claims to define the integral without limits using arithmetic means. However, the PDF does not provide irregulars. It does. Please read it. Here it is. It provides a very. I didn't have to do this part here, by the way. I didn't have to do this part here to prove that it does provide an arithmetic mean. Of course, these AIs are even dumber than the people who comment on Reddit, because the AIs use their drivel that is posted on Reddit to produce responses, which is such a shame. It's such a crime. It's an absolute crime. And then it says the example for f is equal to x cubed works for polynomials but does not demonstrate generality. That's a lie. That's a, a rumor that was started by that little fuck ass called Marcus Cliver, the little bastard, German, come Swede, Italian, whatever the shit he is. He's the guy who spread that rumor. No, and also the other idiots on Sci.math, like that French idiot Jean-Pierre Massager, who's just a silly wanker, and all the other fools. But this, my friends, is a lie, okay? And I'm about to show you it's a lie. Okay, so here, in my two applets, I show you first the derivative. And yes, I did use this polynomial, but I don't have to use a polynomial, okay? Now, where is the blue slider? 1 second, I don't see the blue slider. That's because every time you use this damn thing, Geogebra, it tends to move things around. So, okay, let's just say we do this, and we can change this function, by the way. It doesn't matter what function you want to put in. Put in logarithm of x, okay? Let's say if we do that, yes, like that. So, and now you have to rearrange everything because of this crappy GeoGebra program, okay? But it does work. And it's a shame that you have to do this. And every now and again, they do something to the software and it comes out crazy. Just wondering if I shouldn't redo this video. No, I'm not going to redo it. Fuck the lot of you. If you don't believe me, it's your problem. And the other one is this is that the integral can also be found from this. Okay. So, and here again, same problem. It's GeoGebra. And I'll show you all these things, how the integral is found, etc., etc. So this is happening because I'm running GeoGebra within a web browser. But everything works, okay? And it's no use me showing you, because I've shown this to you properly in the past, and these morons are still getting away with their lies, okay? So what I suggest you do is you download not the web version, but the standalone version, and then you try these applets. I will place links to both these applets, and what you can do is you can type in the function name and the derivative, like you see over here, and it will correspond, and you can move these around, and you can see the whole thing work beautifully if f is defined over an interval, is smooth over a given interval, okay? It's defined and smooth over a given interval. Calculus really doesn't work if you don't have smooth functions. So all this here is absolute drivel. It's lies. It's libel. Okay. So I mean, don't believe the bullshit you read on here. It's fake. It's based on the crap that you find in Reddit. And you'll see when you read this link that there is no refutation, by the way. Okay? No refutation here. It's just basically ad hominem. And, by the way, my label here is Reddit is a shit heap. And notice what's my score? -45. So, but I don't give way to people like that. I don't allow them. And this idiot says you were banned because you're a brink with other people, not because of your ideas. Actually, I think I was banned because of my ideas. So you can read through this old shit, this whole load of shit. It's full of crap, by the way. Absolutely full of crap, lies, no refutations whatsoever. And I mean, even if a guy comes up there and says something like, if you really want to understand new calculus, then join the Discord, but you will have to use your brain. Well, good luck with that. Their brains are up their ass, so they can't use them. So, anyway, and I'll also give you a link to the article so that you can take the article, read it carefully, and see that it works, and try it with any function you like, by the way. I'm going to give you these two applets, unmodified, and you can download the standalone version of Geogebra on your machine. I cannot download it on mine because I'm running S mode, and these idiots from Microsoft don't allow you to download software or applications which aren't approved by them. So now I'm kind of stuck with this. If I want to run something, I either have to redo the entire applet, or I have to download the standalone version and get out of S mode, and which case I can't get back into S mode again because it's irreversible and Microsoft does not support my software or machine after that. So that's the whole idea about S mode, is that they not only take all the business and attention from everybody else, because that's really what they're doing. This is a money thing. They're just taking away the ability of others to do these things so that they can have all the business for themselves. So that's pretty much it. If you're not already a subscriber to my channel, become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. This one, click like, tell your friends about it. Don't take what I tell you lightly, people. I am a very, 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 very honest person. I have integrity that none of those bastards in mainstream mathematics academia have. They're all assholes. They're all idiots. They're all dishonest. They're all fools, by the way. The entire lot of them. They're cowards. They're liars. And what they do is not mathematics, it's anti-mathematical rot. So, having said that, I'll let you go and I'll post these articles so that you can read them and prove to yourself that what I'm telling you is true. Till next time.